Hey guys, Lauren Losing here for a life update. I am 3 years, 5 months post-op vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery, which I had on August 21st, 2013 at Massachusetts General Hospital with Dr. Denise Gee. I am also almost 8 months post-op plastic surgery. So after my massive weight loss, I also had massive amounts of loose skin. Well, no, that's an exaggeration. I had a lot of loose skin, which I had removed. Some of it, I definitely still have some. I'm already getting tangential. Really, Lauren? Really? You can clearly tell I haven't done this in a while. So I had a arm lift, which is a brachioplasty. I had a breast lift with 325 cc silicone implants, which is a mastopexy with augmentation. And I also had a 360-degree lower body lift, which is a belt lipectomy. So I think I need to come up with a different intro for myself because, I mean, I don't know, this is getting to be a lot. But I have been consistently filling out my description box, so I have a lot of information in my description box. And yeah, I guess I will just get into it. So I think the first thing I want to talk about is, I guess I'll talk about my weight first. So I have gained some weight. My first appointment at the weight center, I was 269 pounds. Day of surgery, I was 245.5. I am 5'2". I am 31 years old, by the way. So when I had surgery, I was 28, I believe. I got down to, there's some up and down in there, but anyway, so day of plastic surgery, I was 125 pounds. And the lowest I saw after plastics was 115.5. And I was happily maintaining about 117. Maybe a pound and a half isn't a lot to you guys, but I've said this before, at this stage for me and at my height, there was a definite difference between 117 and 115.5, but I was happy at both. So I have noticed, I had a bit of a scale fiasco in that my beloved scale broke. I got a new one. It was not accurate. It depended on where I was in my house, and it just sucked. So I was without a working, reliable scale for a while, but without that, I could tell that I had gained weight. Some of it being positive and some of it being not so positive. So, positives. My butt has gotten bigger and rounder, which I love because I consider myself to not have a very large bum. So, that was nice. I mean, that was kind of the only nice thing, I think. And I mean, maybe the fact that the loose skin on my thighs, which I did not have removed with my 360, were filled out a little bit more. I don't know if that was a positive or not, but negatives. So since my surgery, I have started to carry my weight in my back, specifically in my lower back. So my love handles definitely got bigger, thicker. My lower back it's weird to say, but my lower back is chunky. I definitely couldn't see as much definition in my arms, or can't see as much definition in my arms, and even in my chest. And then, of course, I always notice in my face too, is my face was getting a little bit more round. So the weight gain, which I haven't even addressed yet, or how much it was, the weight gain was not from going off the rails. It was not from making extremely poor decisions over the holidays. For people who were around me over the holidays know that I did not indulge. This was just, it's basically from, I think this is the way my body would be if I made positive choices most of the time and didn't work out. And that's not good enough for me. So I stepped on the scale. I bought a new scale. I stepped on the scale yesterday and I was 123.6. So that is up about 6 pounds, 6 to 7 pounds from my happy maintenance weight post plastics, and it's up 8 pounds from my low weight since plastics. Which also, as a side piece of information, means that I've gained weight since having plastics, because I was 125, I had about 5 pounds of skin removed and about 1.5 pounds of boobs added, which means when it all evens out, I should be about 121.5 just from the plastic surgery. So at 123.6, that means I gained 2 pounds since before plastics, if you guys are following me on that. So I'm not cool with that. To each their own. You guys might think that I'm crazy for not being okay with that, but just with my body composition the way it is right now, and the changes that I've seen from over the summer when I was 116, 117, 118, and to now, it's not something I'm happy with. So I'm gonna change that. I have some really exciting things coming up, especially in the first half of this year. Well, I mean, I just haven't planned anything for the second half of the year, but I have some really awesome things coming up this year. I am so excited for this year. So the first thing that's coming up, that is actually the most recent thing that I planned just over the past couple days, is there's going to be an Instagram meet and greet in New York City from April 20th to the 23rd. I will try to post below the hashtag that's being used or the username of the person who is putting it together. There's really not much, there's no information right now other than the dates. However, me and a few other girls on Instagram decided that we are going to go, and we're going to room together, and it's going to be amazing. So for anyone who is even slightly active on the WLS or in the WLS Instagram community, you probably know who these girls are, so I'll just say it. So it's going to be Time to Deflate, which is Kayla, Taylor Gets Tiny, Taylor, and Cole VSG Slimming. Cool. So the 4 of us are going to be in a room together, and then Dallas VSG is also going to be going, and we're kind of hoping to get an adjoining room and have an amazing time. So I'm really excited for that. Also, WLSFA is in Portland, Oregon this year. I already booked my flights for that. I'm going to be staying with Lindsay, Fly Girl VSG. That is, so the event, I believe, is May 19th to the 21st. I hope that's correct. It's Friday to Sunday. I am going to be flying out on a Wednesday, or it might even be the 20th to the 22nd. I'm not exactly sure. It's that weekend. I'm going to be flying out on a Wednesday night and then leaving on a Monday night, so staying a little bit longer. I am also going to be, I'm not releasing too much information about this yet, just because I don't know if I have the go-ahead, but I am going to be participating in the event again this year. So stay tuned, for more videos on my channel regarding WLSFA and what myself and some other people are going to be doing. This is going to be the 4th year that I've gotten to WSFA, so I think that kind of speaks volumes to how much fun I have when I go there, and yeah, I guess that's all I'm going to say for now, but I have a blast when I go to WSFA, just seeing all my friends, and last year I had a great time participating. It was my first time actually being a part of the event. I keep saying event, organization. And then 2 weeks later in June, so June 2nd to the 9th, I am going on vacation. I'm going on my first like real vacation since WSFA like 2 years ago. So we did a Mexican cruise, or a cruise to like Catalina down to somewhere else in Mexico after WSFA 2 years ago. So this is going to be my first real vacation since then. So me and 5 other girls who I just happened to have met through weight loss surgery and YouTube are going on a vacation to Mexico. We're going to Nuevo Vallarta, which is right outside of Puerto Vallarta, and it's going to be an amazing time. So I have all these fun life events coming up over the next 5.5 months. Also, Lindsay, this is, I'm super excited for this too, but this has less to do, I don't need to decrease my body fat for Lindsay. She'll love every little chunk of me. But Lindsay is also coming to visit me the first week of March. So that's super exciting. So tons of exciting things coming up for me. But anyway, so I have a plan in place. So I know that when you want to achieve a goal and goal setting, that they should be very specific, and there's actually I don't know if you'd call it a science, but a science to goal setting and how successful you will be. Your goal should be specific, there should be a specific time, and all that stuff. I don't have that, but I have an overall general idea of what I want to do, and then I have a pretty specific plan on how I'm gonna get there, and I want to be able to adjust things along the way. So my general goal is to decrease my body fat, increase muscle tone and definition. I don't necessarily want to gain too much mass. As a female, I can't gain that much mass anyway, naturally or without lifting super heavy and all that stuff. So and I just want to look fucking fly as fuck. So that's my goal. How I'm gonna get there. So I'm not going to talk about this too much because I think you guys know I don't really talk about my dating life too super early, but I do have a boyfriend and it's still pretty new. So yeah, but he has been in the fitness industry for the past 8 years or so. He's a bodybuilder. He did a show last year. He was contemplating doing a show this year, but kind of decided not to, but still kind of start to get shredded. So he is going to help me with my workouts, because I think I've mentioned before that I am very confident in my cardio and stuff like that. No one really needs to tell you how to do cardio. I am not confident in my weightlifting. I don't have a weightlifting regimen. I'm not super confident in what I call the bro area of my gym. I just don't know where everything is. I don't know how to use everything. I don't want to ask someone at my gym because they're just going to try to upsell me and get me into one of their training programs. So Mark very graciously decided to help me. So yesterday he took my body fat percentage. We used the like body fat calipers and measured at 7 different places on the body. I weighed myself, which I still haven't told you guys what I weighed. I also weighed myself this morning because I already felt leaner. Obviously water weight, but still. So, and then I took measurements. So I took measurements of my right arm, my chest, my waist, my hips, my right thigh, and my right calf. And I can tell you that I have definitely gained inches, which means that's fat because I clearly was not going to the gym and gaining inches that way. So I've gained, I think, about a ½ inch in my arm. I don't know how much I've gained in my chest, honestly. I'm not really, I mean, that obviously includes your back as well, but like, I don't really care my chest measurement. My waist, I've gained 1 inch to 1.5 inches in my waist, so that's not cool. My hips, I've gained, I think I've gained about 1 inch in my hips, but I don't, that's fine with me. I'm not sure about my thigh or my calf also. So my weight yesterday. Oh wait, I did tell you. Oh my God, I am all over the place. Okay, so I did tell you what my weight was. Anywho, so my body fat percentage was 22.74%, which is actually a really great starting off point. I am in the ideal range of body fat percentage for my age for a female. So there's lean, ideal, average, and then whatever is, I was gonna say like unsavory, whatever is not good, really not good. So I am in the ideal range, and I am actually very close to the lean range. So that's an amazing starting point. I can't wait to see where I go from here. We're gonna do these measurements monthly to see how I progress. And then this morning when I stepped on the scale, I was already down 2 pounds. So I was 121.6. I do have my follow-up appointment with my physician at the weight center next week. I briefly mentioned this in my video that I did with reviewing the Enlightened ice creams. So I am almost 6 months I'm almost 6 months behind basically on my yearly appointments because I waited so long last year to book it. I'm gonna see if I can start getting back on a regular schedule and just going in August. But I don't know how that's gonna work out because I'll just be back in 6 months and then whatever. Anyway, so I was gonna wait to do my general health update for that appointment, but I don't think he's gonna tell me anything that I don't know now. The reason why I had to postpone it was because I had to get labs drawn. I got them done. They didn't process them, so I had to go back and get them done. There was really no point in me going to my appointment without them having my labs. So I got all of those back, and this is actually the first year that I have not had anything out of range. So my first year, my parathyroid hormone was, I believe, low, which meant that I wasn't taking enough calcium. So then last year, my protein was very slightly low and my vitamin A was very slightly low. I wasn't eating most healthfully last year. I believe that when they weighed me at the office last year, I was like 152 pounds, 151.8, something around there. This was when I was starting to get serious about plastics and losing my regain and all that stuff. So that was kind of like right in the beginning of it. So this year, first of all, I'm going to be so excited when they weigh me, and I'm going to be 30 pounds less than I was last year at the appointment. But also, I got really excited about my labs. I don't know if that is just coming from a nurse or what, but my specifically my lipid panel was fucking stellar. And to be able to also look back at all of the labs that they've drawn since I started the weight center. So my cholesterol right before surgery was 197. For those who don't know, normal is under 200, or between 100 and 200, I think is the actual normal range. It might be between 125 and 200, so don't quote me on that. So I was starting to get up there with my cholesterol. I now have cholesterol of 138. My LDL, which is the bad cholesterol. I'm sorry that the lighting keeps changing so bad. The fucking sun keeps going behind the clouds and coming out and all that stuff. But my LDL, which is the bad cholesterol, is super low. I think it was like 56. My HDL, which is the healthy cholesterol, is nice and high. My triglycerides are actually the only thing that are out of range, and they're low. So normal is 35 to 105 or something like that. And my triglycerides are at 33. So that's amazing. And my cardiac risk ratio is 1.8 and ideal is under 2. So those labs made me feel so good. Like, I know that I have been on point basically this whole last year. Still struggling with the working out, but that's kind of a constant struggle for me to do something consistent. But I know that just having this surgery, and specifically the work that I have put in this past year, has been so good for my body. And just being able to see that reflected in something like blood values is, I don't know, it makes me really excited to see that my hard work and having a healthy lifestyle and making these positive decisions are really reflecting. So I think that's basically all I wanted to talk about. Leg day was yesterday, so yesterday was the first day in the gym with Mark, and it was leg day, and I had a fucking blast. And I was walking out of the gym like a baby deer, and I'm a little stiff today, but today is arm day, so we will see how that goes. And yeah, I'm really excited to see my progress. Hopefully, I'm going to be getting an actual camera soon. I make these videos on my iPhone, so hopefully I'm going to be getting an actual camera soon. After I've been doing this for maybe about a month, I think Mark's going to help me make some workout videos for you guys. I will do an actual plastic surgery update, I think at my 9-month mark, because that's when I have my next follow-up appointment with my doctor. So I'll show you guys my scars and anything that she says and anything that we talk about, because I think I am going to discuss another procedure with her. I don't have any concrete plans for it, but I think I am going to talk about my thighs with her and see what she says and go from there. Like I said, no concrete plans to actually get them done, but I want to start the conversation. So this has sufficiently been a long enough video. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I do have links to my other social media below, or if it's not a link, then it's at least a username. Follow me on Instagram, please. I am slowly but surely decreasing my Facebook use. I am not accepting any new friends on Facebook that I don't know. I am also periodically going through my friends list and deleting people that I don't know. So please follow me on Instagram, because that's the best way to follow me on social media aside from YouTube. So guys, until next time.